Louisiana has the worst COVID case rates in the country. It's also near the top of the list when it comes to hospitalizations. I was born in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, at this very hospital, so I came home to see what was happening for myself.
Baton Rouge General Mid-City is bursting at the seams.
Do you have more patients here with COVID than without?
That is correct.
At General Hospital, in your lifetime, you haven't seen anything like this?
I have never seen one illness occupy 90% of the resources and 90% of the beds.
What's going on?
The Delta. That's the new virus. It's more contagious. It's more virulent. And, it's catching people that have not been vaccinated.
Before I speak with any of the COVID patients being treated, I suit up.
Everyone does this to go into a patient room. They have some type of covering for their clothes.
So every day, all of you guys are doing this.
Yes, sir.
This is a lot.
It's a lot.
Here is 53-year-old Jim. He's unvaccinated, and so is his brother. Until yesterday, Jim and his brother were in here together. Got well enough to be discharged, and Jim hopes he'll be as lucky.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Doing a lot better.
You and your brother were here?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
We just got COVID and got sick, and we went to the hospital in the Ritter, and they didn't have no place for us to send us down here. He come down 2 days before me, and he left yesterday going home. I was in ICU for 3 days, and they moved me up to a room.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
How's your brother?
He's doing good. He actually, I talked to him this morning. He was at home. We spent his first night at home last night.
What does it feel like?
Feels like you got your lungs clamped down. You just can't get the air.
Why didn't you get vaccinated?
Just hadn't had time, I guess just didn't do it.
So you're not anti-vaccine?
No, sir. No, sir.
You're just kind of ambivalent about it.
Yeah, just. Touch your boy.
Do you regret it?
Yes, I do.
Tell me why.
Just if
I'm
I
gonna show you.
don't know if the shot would have helped me, but maybe it would have kept preventing it to get worse.
What do you say to folks?
Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Take heed to this. There's nothing to play with.
He says he's not anti-vaccine. He just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
You
Find
that a lot?
Well, yeah, a lot of people, some people are anti-vaccine. Some people just don't think it's, as important, I guess, if you will. They don't think it's going to happen to them. And unfortunately, what we're seeing here is that it can happen to anybody.
I'm aware I'm in a hospital full of patients with the Delta variant, and so is the staff. There's strict protocol to try to keep the deadly virus from spreading.
You have to change it every time you go to a different...
So not to a different room, to a different floor, because outside is clean space, inside is dirty space. Makes sense?
Yes.
So we keep COVID behind these walls.
Got it. Wow, that's a lot that you guys have to go through.
Yeah, it's time consuming, but we do what we have to do to make sure we protect everybody, the healthy and the sick.
Let's do it. Is there some art to this? So I'm getting my new PPE because I left a different section or a different ward, is that right?
Different unit.
Different unit. And so now, wherever I go, I have to have completely new PPE because they don't want to get me or anyone contaminated or bring something from another ward, another area. Okay,
Ready?
I'm ready.
The next room I visit, I meet 40-year-old mother of four, Maxine Sawyer. 11 days ago, she came to the hospital thinking she was having a heart attack. She wasn't.
Were you freaking out?
I didn't freak out. I didn't freak out. I was shocked when they said I had COVID.
What?
I got COVID. We had a vaccine, disinfecting, doing everything, what was supposed to do. And I still put it over to my children. That tested immediately. I'm the only one that got COVID.
Let me ask you, why didn't you get vaccinated?
Me, myself, I thought that I was being safe because I've been quarantined since the beginning of the pandemic. The reason I didn't get vaccinated, my choice was I wanted to wait, let this first batch go through, see how it worked. But before I got sick, I was thinking about getting vaccinated and I was speaking to my children about it. I didn't make it in time. I got sick before I get vaccinated.
Being in the hospital is hard, but in some ways, the conversation with her children is even harder.
If I'm listening at home, you guys know I love you. I have raised you up the right way. I have made sure that you guys have grown up close. They're best friends. And you guys have to be strong and make me proud.
That could not have been easy.
No, never. Never is.
What was it? Did you ever think you were going to die?
I knew it was a possibility. To experience death around me constantly was even.
Did you know you had COVID?
Yes, I had tested positive several days before, yeah.
Why didn't you get vaccinated?
Just apprehensive, you know. My husband got vaccinated and wanted me to, and I just thought, oh, I'll be careful, and, you know, but it's, I guess, needful, very needful.
Are you going to?
I plan to get vaccinated.
And you weren't against vaccines?
Oh, no, I've always taken vaccines. I was just... This seems so different, you know, and just informational. I just didn't, I guess, get the information that I wanted or thought, well, you know, it's so different. I'm not sure it's going to be a good vaccine. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So
What do you say to folks now?
I think everybody ought to try to get it. Yeah. Yeah. It just, if it'll help prevent you from getting really sick, you know, it's going to do its thing.
At the beginning of summer, there were 4 patients in Baton Rouge General's 2 hospitals. 2 weeks ago, there were 15. Now, there are nearly 200 COVID patients, 90% of them unvaccinated.
This was where actually we used to have our COVID patients just on this side in comparison to what it is now, just as a,
This was just COVID back here.
this was just COVID back here.
Now everything is.
Now everything is, yes, sir.
How long ago?
About a little over 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Caring for wave after wave of patients since the start of the pandemic takes a toll on the hospital workers.
What have they seen over the last year and a half?
So we opened this hospital April 3rd last year, our acute care units and our ICU units, to take in COVID positive patients. We did it 3 different times, and here we are again the 4th time. It looks a little different this time. Our patients are a little bit sicker, and they're a lot younger this time.
Younger people?
Younger people than the first surge, absolutely.
These are just everyday people that I've been speaking to through some way or another who happen to get COVID. I didn't hear as much about politics as we hear on the news every day. Most of them said, you know what, I just didn't have the time, or there was some just ambivalence about getting the vaccine. But one thing is for sure, every single person I spoke to said they're going to get the vaccine now, and they're urging everybody else to do the same.
They are arranged frequently to be photographed in action. We will show you their own films. You will see their own conduct and hear their own voices as these defendants reenact for you some of the events in the course of the conspiracy.
Hermann Wilhelm Goering, on the counts of the indictment on which you have been convicted, the tribunal sentences you to death by hanging. Joachim von Ribbentrop, death by hanging. Fritz Saukel, death by hanging. Julius Streicher, death by hanging. Wilhelm Frick, death by hanging. Hans Frank, death by hanging. Alfred Rosenberg, death by hanging.